Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
From the Xfinity Studio, good morning, everybody. Happy Victory Monday. Wow, what a game. It was a terrific defensive struggle, a monstrous struggle. Defense. The Eagles grind it out, and that's what they do. Right? Like this whole idea about style points is ridiculous. The Eagles win because they are gritty, because they grind it out. They're not about stats. This isn't some sort of Renaissance painting. This is football. It's gore, it's sweat, it's grunt. That's what it's about. And that's why the Eagles are so good at it. The Eagles are a tough team. They own the trenches. They're gritty. They are winners. They know how to win. They know how to protect leads. They know how to grind you out. And there's always a calmness. What really impresses me about this team is that they're never stressed. They never look like, oh my God. Now, the Chiefs had that vibe all day yesterday. You could tell that they're a mighty power that's nearing the end. That there was a panic about them. And, it's not about, they made mistakes through panic, but you could tell that there was an agitation about them. It's the difference between the two teams. It's the difference between the Eagles being here, being the number one team in the NFL, and the Chiefs sliding. They're on this slide downward. It's pretty obvious to see. And in a game in which it was on the road, they were playing a desperate team. And that's what the Chiefs reeked of. They reeked of desperation. They played well. Look, I mean, they played well, a couple plays here and there. Makuba, if Kelsey makes the catch, and Makuba doesn't pick the ball off, I mean, we could be having a different conversation. But it's just par for of that course, of what they do, right? The Eagles just find ways to win. Jalen can throw for 102 yards, but does it matter? No. It matters because Saquon had a ridiculous game against a great defense, a defensive coach who I talked to this morning and leading up to the week, and you could see like the game plan was ridiculous by Steve Spagnuolo. Like Spags had it, he did the best he could. Like I go, dude, it's a great game, but to me, it was just great football. And Saquon was amazing. I'm going to point out a couple highlights of plays that he did, but he's such a great player, such a smart player, and there was those moments. Elliott, 2 huge field goals, right? 58, 51. Big field goals. Like, that's what winning teams do. And I know there's already talk about Pachulo and the offense. And my advice is just slow it. Let it be for a minute, right? Before we start talking about style points and what's wrong with the offense. Let it be. There's reasons why. When you look at, you can take a look at the offense as its entirety. Against the Cowboys, they scored the first 3 drives. Then you had the delay and whatever. I mean, yesterday, you went up against a great defense, and we had a great game plan. I have to look at the all 22, but it wasn't like there was a ton of guys open, and they played them tough. I mean, no Goddard, I thought, really hampered the Eagles' offense. Those quick, hot reads, especially against a pressure defense, you missed them. You missed them in pass pro if you did max protect. You missed them on the field in the run game, sealing the edge. I mean, Goddard's a terrific tight end. He's an all-around tight end. Calcaterra missed a block in the first play, right? That's not who he is. Reason why Dallas Goedert is an excellent tight end in this league. So you missed him. But I can't get bogged down and worry on the offense when they're 2-0 and they had it. And that was to me, that's a winning team, right? Like they're winners. They find ways to win on the road, the most difficult time. I'm so impressed by their whole mentality. Like even at the end, to shorten the game, get a couple first downs, tush push. And right after the game, my cousin and I were talking about it. This will be the last year of the tush push. They will do whatever they can to get rid of the tush push. Goodell was in the stands. I think the Eagles ran it 7 times. So look, I enjoy it this year because nobody can stop it. Nobody can stop it. It was I thought just a great signature win. Tough. Like, I love a tough football team, a team that doesn't melt. And what about the Eagles' defense? That defense, it was spectacular. Having quarterbacks is everything. You saw it. You saw them disrupt. You saw, look, Mahomes had to run. They had to run. And I thought the Eagles did a great job in the second half when it came to discipline in their rush lanes. So Mahomes didn't have a lot of opportunities. I mean, Jordan Davis flashed and played well. Za'Darius Smith, wow, was fantastic. On 8 plays, he was terrific. Made some big, big plays. Jahad Campbell, again, showed you what a stud he is. And then the Rook, let's go to Makuba. He misses the one tackle where Mahomes gets the best of him, but then he lays a big hit, and then he comes up with the big pick. I mean, look, that was a great. He's always around the ball. We saw in the preseason Makuba around the ball, and once again there was a bobble by Kelsey, and there he is snatching it, bringing it back the other way. Huge plays, right? I mean, that was a big one. That happened on 2nd and goal to 6. And then you go back, and then after that, look, you can say whatever you want about the Eagles' passing offense. Yeah, do you want to see more imaginative plays and formations? Yeah, at some point I want to see that, yeah. But look, when it came down to execution, the biggest play of the year, right? It's 3rd and 10. They're at the Kansas City 31-yard line. They're clinging to a 3-point lead. Spags is sending everybody. Man zero. I talked to him about the play this morning. So he's sending everyone. It's his man zero blitz, which means man on the outside. Jalen sees it. Now, Barkley, which is I love Saquon. He's such a smart player, not just being a great runner and catching the ball in the backfield, but he's lined up to the right of Jalen. He knows that he's got to pick up the blitzer to the left of Jalen. So he crosses over and picks up the blitzer, leaving the safety for Jalen. So now there's only one guy that Jalen has to account for. It's the safety that's coming free right in his face so he can see him. You see Barkley on the left side. He crosses over to pick up that man. Now it comes down to Jalen looking at his man, and he knows he's got to get rid of the ball before contact. Now, Spags said he was late on the blitz. Doesn't matter. Jalen sees it, and perfect. Air under the ball, right? It's man on man. You got Devontae, who is a basketball player on a football field. He posts up perfect, and he went up and got it. Just great play all around. And we see the throw by Jalen. That throw, we're going under throw it. That throw is perfect. It's exactly what you need to do. Throw it up so your receiver can make a play on the ball. What we saw from Mahomes 3 different times before the long touchdown to Thornton, he put too much. He didn't put enough air under the ball. He missed Thornton 3 other times down the field. And the one weak spot is Dory Jackson. We know that, right? It's CB2. I don't know what Andy was thinking, but they didn't even go to that matchup until the second half. I would have been all over that matchup because Thornton can get down the field. He's big and he's fast. And Mahomes missed him. There was one wide open. Like, you just got to put air under the ball. That's what Jalen did. Jalen outplayed Mahomes again. You go, wow, he threw for 101, 2 yards. Didn't matter. He makes the big play. He makes the big throw. All in all, I love this win. It was against a desperate team. The former champs clinging to their greatness. They wanted that so bad from the beginning. You saw it. People accurately said going into it, it could be a schedule loss. Chiefs coming off of the loss in Brazil to the Chargers. Can't go 0-2. Like, that was their mantra. Can't go 0-2. They left everything on the field. Everything. And the Eagles came out with a win. VG, good morning.
What's up, man? I feel great. You talk about a three-peat. That's the 3rd win in a row for our boys against the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
That's the three-peat. You said it. That was a desperate team. You could see it. They're pressing. I love the frustration on Kelsey's face. He's on the side. I'm sick of this crap. Like, you see it. It's been eating your boy Spags up for a bit. He's had this circled planning. Andy wants this game. They wanted this game more than anything. Of all the games in the first 3 or 4, this is the one they wanted.
The rematch.
Yes.
I mean, they got embarrassed in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So there was the rematch factor.
At home.
And the fact that they were 0-1.
Yes.
I mean, we know the 0-2 thing and what that means.
Mm-hmm.
And that was they wanted. And there's Mahomes doing everything, right? Running with the football.
He was great with his legs, but then he looked a little happy feet and he was pressing. His throws were off. A little below, a little off.
Well, I told you.
Yeah.
He misfired down the field 3 different times to Thornton.
100%. They're in their head. The Eagles are in the Chiefs' head. And I'm not saying they're not done. Their receivers are going to come back, but they are not the Eagles. The Eagles are the top team in the NFL.
And that's what, and to me, that's what stands out, the whole thing. Like, they'll just play you anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They'll play you anyway, and they'll win. Like, they have a winning mentality. Like,
and nobody cares if it's ugly.
No, like that's the lead. Like, first of all, that was that kind of game. Mm-hmm. It was an ugly game.
A slugfest.
It was a slugfest. Yeah. It was going to be that, and that's why I looked at it. I thought it was going to be a low-scoring game. I said it. And it's going to be a low-scoring, kind of ugly game, and they played that way.
Uncle Vic dialing up the blitz. 7
blitzes, which is uncharacteristic.
Yeah,
he didn't blitz one time in the Super Bowl, as we talked about. He was blitzing all over. The Jihad Campbell blitz, the Makuba blitz. He was sending pressures, and it got to Mahomes.
Your boy Coop, he's got the signature open field tackle. When he's isolated one-on-one, he just doesn't miss.
No. It's funny because he looks like a linebacker. like in this day and age where linebackers are light.
Yeah.
Like, he could easily be a linebacker. He's amazing. He can play almost any position in the back 7.
It's wild. I mean, I feel like you hear that from time to time. Swiss Army blade knife, whatever they say.
He's a great player.
He is it.
He's just a great player. Great tackler, right? Physical, fast.
Yeah, he's got
great
a little edge. He yaps.
He's
yes.
I love Cooper.
Yeah.
I love him. He's a football player.
Yeah. And Q, I mean, you don't even hear Q's name called till like the second half, really. Like, he just does what he does. I mean, that was that one touchdown. I don't even think that was his play. I think he closed on that, but it felt like there was some safety help or something probably coming.
Man, listen, you're cornerback, you're going to get beat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
going to take a shot after shot. It was like
what really got me, man, what I was very excited about was just how they played tough.
Mm-hmm.
They grinded it out.
Well, they were. We felt like they were like the toughest team last year, and it just
Yeah.
continues on. They're really fun to watch. And I also
Their
didn't
defense.
feel like I never felt like you used to have the Brady and Belichick. Oh, here they come. I didn't feel that yesterday.
No.
It's just like, all right, they're gonna make some
It's
plays,
the
but
opposite.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the Eagles are, and Jalen's going to make a play. Like I always feel like he's going to make a play. Like it didn't shock me when they convert the play down the field to Devontae against the blitz. Like that didn't shock me.
I mean, that's his deal. He's a signature jump ball. He throws a really nice deep ball, whether someone on the run in motion or if he's just got to lob it up for a deep ball. He does. That's like where that's his bread and butter.
Really, they play football.
Yeah,
like they play old school, tough football. Like I love this team. I gotta tell you, I love how they play. I love the fact that they're just tougher than anybody on both sides of the ball. Like, listen, I get it. People want offenses like the Bills and you want offenses like the Lions yesterday and all. I don't need that. Again, there'll be moments when Barkley gets free and goes for 200. Like he'll rush for 200 yards this year. I know he will in a game. I don't need like the big crooked like passing numbers.
He had 88. It felt like he had 40. At the end, he has a really efficient day.
Oh, hugely efficient.
Yeah.
The Eagles had, listen to this, 216 yards of total offense. That's all they had. 216 yards of total offense. And Saquon had 94.
Right.
88 on the ground and 2 for 6 in the air, right? You take away the Devontae play, and, you're looking at he has 94 of their 178.
And that's like, that the other side of the ball, their whole focus is stopping Saquon.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I know. I told this bag
right
this morning. We were talking about it. He's like, I did what I could.
Right.
Did what I could.
Right.
Man. And like, I thought, damn, they did a good job at corralling Jalen. Like Jalen didn't have any room to run.
No, they were. And you touched on Goddard, man. Goddard is a big miss on blocking.
Yeah.
Our boy, I mean, I like Calcaterra, but he stinks in blocking.
Yeah, he can't block. And Goddard's a huge deal in the hot read.
Yes.
When it comes to a hot read, like Goddard is everything.
Yes.
You missed him over the middle of the field. He's a big part of that offense.
And it couldn't happen to a better player. The Travis Kelce juggling the ball.
Yeah.
Passing it right to Makuba, basically.
Yeah, he's a hate to face.
He has become that to me.
Yeah.
Like this is antics on the sidelines.
Yeah.
He can't retire and become Mrs. Swift quick enough for me. It's got to be after this year. It's got to be after this year.
Mr. Swift.
Come on, man.
I mean, I don't know. My man Jimmy chimes in. He goes, it's a great question. Isn't this the type of team that Philly has always wanted?
Yes.
A dynamic attacking D and run first. Jimmy, Coach Jim for the Warriors, checking in.
Oh, yeah. Go Warriors.
Jimmy, you're spot on. That's exactly it. We love that. It's kind of why I love watching them. I love this team. I love watching this team. I love their defense. I love the fact that they're a run team that, you'll get your flash. And again, I can't stress enough. I understand, and I'm not ignoring the fact that PHLY needs to be more imaginative with the offense.
Right.
But, yesterday was a slog, man. Like yesterday was a slog. You can't get cute against that defense.
No.
I'm telling you, you can't do it. You can't get cute against that defense. You got to play it straight. I had no issues with yesterday and playing it straight up.
No, and even like last year, you got to remember the first few weeks, Kellen Moore took him a little bit to get his footing. It'll happen. This is game 2 of the preseason. Right? It's going to come.
Yes.
And it could be another slog fest because the front of the Rams is really good. Yeah. So, I mean, it just may happen again. It's going to be the way it is.
Yeah, I am so excited about the brand of, like, this is winning football. defense travels, the run travels, and it traveled to Arrowhead yesterday. Like, that travel. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it did.
It's like maybe the toughest place to play. Buffalo in the winter. I mean, it's right there. It's a huge.
Their
huge
home
game.
opener. You stole their
Especially
home
with the
opener from them.
motivation.
They're all
Of
there
course.
excited, thinking they're going to get that 1-1 record. Revenge.
You're all about revenge. Like, it was a great game.
It's also a great moment as Kelsey's bobbling it. That stupid mascot they have. I don't know what it is.
The
a
wolf?
rabbit, a wolf.
So yeah, the
It's
wolf.
in the back. You see it right by the
The
goalpost.
bank robber wolf.
Putting his hands up, thinking it's
really?
a touchdown, and then you see Makuba run the other way. He's got to put his hands over his eyes. Like, oh man, it was
Sweet.
It was a big,
great moment.
Listen, that was the whole thing. Like, and he put it right there. Like, you got to make the catch.
Yeah, it doesn't get
shoot. I thought
I agree.
I thought he came up small twice.
Yeah.
You know, I did.
And that's why when he's yelling on the sidelines, he's yelling at himself, I think.
Yeah,
more than anything.
no, I don't think. Yeah, he's definitely yelling himself.
Yeah.
Because I thought twice I thought he cost himself twice.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of and there was the one, he was like running kind of an out, and it was there, but Mahomes threw it a little out of reach for him. They were pressing.
He was off.
They were pressing.
Mahomes is off all night throwing balls. I mean, he had that open down the field shot. Thornton. No one was there, and he just sailed it on.
Well, two Eagles, if you remember, they collided.
Yeah.
And Thornton's wide open.
That's like a guaranteed touchdown.
You missed that because all you do is lay it up. I talked about Jalen putting air under the ball. Like, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you do it.
And Thornton's got legs. He'll catch up to that ball, but man, that thing was gone.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. He missed him 3 times.
Crazy.
3 times.
Something's off.
He missed him 3 times last week, too.
Yeah.
He's not right.
He's not right.
All right,
He's
lots
seeing
to
ghosts.
get to today. A lot of fun. Bo Wulf is going to join us coming up. Speaking of wolves, the Wolf is going to join us.
This is a much better wolf.
Yes. He's going to join us coming up in about 5 minutes. Brain today to go over the Monday night games. David Murphy. It's a Murphy Monday. It's our boy from the Inquirer. Also, Phillies Dodgers. Big 3-game set on the West Coast right now. The Phils
clinched.
Yes. And right now, the Phillies have a 4.5-game lead on the Dodgers, right? For the 2 spot. They're only 2 games behind Milwaukee for the top spot in the National League. So Red October around the corner. Playback, we go over the game and around the NFL. So a busy morning as always on a Victory Monday. Let's talk about some of our friends, shall we? Let's talk about Cherry Hill Mitsubishi. That's right. A Charlie Folk Auto Dealership. Folk Auto Dealerships, there's several in South Jersey. Know the name Folk. It's a great name. It means customer satisfaction. It means family. Folk is 3 generations in. And Mitsubishi is a Folk dealership. Cherry Hill Mitsubishi's got you covered with the 2025 Mitsubishi Outlander. They got all kinds of great deals going on right now. Massive selection of budget-friendly and gas-sipping Mitsubishis. Mitsubishi Motors, #1 in customer satisfaction with dealer services among mainstream brands and SUV owners. That's not me saying it. That is J.D. Power, okay? So that's a big deal. They have a great warranty, the best in the automotive business. 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain. 5 years, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper. Why settle for a lesser warranty? Be on the hook for costly repairs down the road. Do yourself a favor. Stop in Cherry Hill Mitsubishi, just minutes from all the bridges, available online, cherryhillmitsubishi.com. Bill's the guy. He's your contact. So go see Bill. Tell him Cuz sent you. All right, PHLY. He's going to give you the discount, the Cuz discount. All right, so make sure you go there. I know people buy Mitsubishis elsewhere. I just don't know why.
Let's talk about Ace Hardware Home Services. So we all know Ace Hardware Home Stores. You go in there, if you need anything, the people there know what they're talking about. They know exactly what you need, how to help you out, unlike the big box stores. So now it's gotten even better because now they're not only the Ace Hardware stores, they come to your house and they help you out. So if you got an outlet you said you fixed last summer, they got a person for that because, like I said, they're not just the helpful hardware folks. They're now the helpful home service and repair folks. So plumbing, electrical, heating, cooling, they got trusted pros. Keep your house humming all year long. Ace Hardware Home Services are bringing the helpful you love from the store now to your front door, from Philly all the way down to the Jersey Shore. Ace Hardware Home Services, they bring experience. They're local plumbers, techs, electricians. They handle everything from repairs and seasonal maintenance to installation and upgrades. They bring understanding. They're helpful, so you can spend more time doing the things you love and the hobbies you love. They'll give you free estimates on equipment installations and replacement with trusted advisors, and they'll give you options best suited for your house and your budget. Ace Hardware Home Services are also local. Their teams live and serve in our community, and they're dedicated to keeping their neighbors comfortable in their own homes. So if you got something you haven't, it's been on your to-do list, you haven't gotten to, don't even try it yourself. Visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at acehardwarehomeservices.com and get started on your next home repair project.
Ace.
And real quick, it is a Victory Monday, and you know what that brings? Victory Mondays bring a new T-shirt here at PHLY. Nice. There you go. It's like an 8-bit Jalen nice right after the Super Bowl win, the Tecmo Bowl. Yeah. So
I love that.
It's hot.
The
and
cigar with the smoke. Look at the smoke.
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet shirt, not going to lie. So it's up for sale right now. So get there on our website right now, and you can have that shirt.
That's a cool shirt, man.
It's a beauty.
Yeah, it is a beauty. Great job to our merch department. You know, I brought up the fact that I think the Tush Push is going to end,
it was right? Tush Push-a-palooza yesterday.
Yeah, it was. They 7 of them yesterday.
Blandino's complaining.
Well, it's funny. Eddie Wright. Dean Blandino is a bigger rat than Big Pussy Bumpin' Cero. All right? For the Sopranos. Give him a hunk of Gouda and a Matchbox apartment, and he'll change his mind on the play. Yeah, he was ripping it. Like, dude, you're the rule specialist.
Right.
I don't need your opinion on the play.
Exactly.
All right? Like, you know, now the Eagles did false start a couple times and got away with it.
Yeah. It feels like every play. It's maybe a little false start. Yeah. Maybe the defense is in the neutral zone.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, what they're going to say is, it's too hard of a play to officiate.
Right.
That'll be why they get.
That is probably the thing now. All the Blandinos, whoever, that's going to be their edict now.
Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's go to our man from the All PHLY Bird Show. Did a great job yesterday all day. Our buddy, the Wulf. Bo Wulf.
Our man on the ground. He's solid and sound. He's on the hunt for Eagles news. Handsome and astounds. Clever and profound. We're talking Eagles with Bo Wulf.
What do you say there, brother? Happy Victory Monday.
2 things. First of all, I totally agree about Blandino. I mean, get out of here with that. I'm done with the tush push. Give me a break. Like, do your job, dude. We're not here. We're not paying you for opinions.
Yeah.
And number 2, on the brand new merch, I just, I gotta say, who took that video for PHLY of Jalen Hurts with the cigar sitting there with the trophy?
That's you, baby.
Boy.
That's you.
That's me, baby. Come
That's
on.
you. You took that video.
So I hope I get some royalties off that t-shirt.
I know. It's great. It was great stuff. Let's talk about this, what transpired yesterday. I love the way this team plays. All right? Let me just tell you, I love tough, winning, defensive football. And to me, against a desperate team on the road, a team that was trying to avenge an embarrassing loss, the Eagles' moxie is what showed up yesterday.
I think that's fair. I love the way they play on the defensive side of the ball. There's no doubt about that.
Here we go.
They are so physical, and they are ahead of schedule. They are ahead of where the defense was at the beginning of last year, right? They have seeming to Vic knows his guys better than he did at the beginning of last year. And the way that he played yesterday, because I want your take, because he gave the Chiefs a little bit of a taste of Spags, right? I mean, he didn't blitz a single time in the Super Bowl, and yesterday was the
7.
second most that he's blitzed as the coordinator of the Eagles. And the big difference is usually, historically, when Vic blitzes, his defenses aren't that good at blitzing. It's not a very successful thing. Yesterday, I think a 75% success rate. It was their best performance on a per snap basis when they did blitz. So when they blitzed, he was timing it up well. And I think this speaks to a thing that we've talked about with Vic, which is that he does coach to his personnel. And when you've got guys like Makuba and Jihad Campbell who are still a little bit raw and don't maybe know exactly what they're supposed to do in every play, sending them forward is a really good use of them. And you saw that on the Makuba sack of Patrick Mahomes. I think Vic gets a lot of credit for the game plan yesterday, and also the guys, like, they just play so physical. It is really fun to watch.
Cooper's tackle in space, right? What we saw from Jake Carter, how the quarterback, everything revolves around him though. Because when you watch what the Chiefs are doing, like, they're so concerned about Jalen Carter. He just makes everybody so much better.
And I also think that adding Zadarius Smith, sprinkling him in,
Oh,
made a
yeah, I
difference
brought
to
that
just
up.
the
Yeah.
the depth of the pass rush. Yeah, I mean, to go from the defensive line they had last week to add in Jalen Carter and Zadarius Smith, you saw just the power of, like, multiplicity there. And I think Jordan Davis has looked really good.
I got him on my list. I thought he played well yesterday. Flashed
Yeah,
again.
no doubt about it. So yeah, I mean, Jalen Carter makes a huge difference, and it's not the splashiest box score situation for him yesterday, but you can tell how much of a difference he makes to just the quality of the group overall.
All right, so let's get to I think our bone of contention, or yours, and we're going to wrestle just a little bit, and that's on the offense. And well, lay out your beef.
I don't disagree with the way that they played, especially when you were playing a defense like Spags's, when you know you're going to get blitzed. You want to lean into the running game, and I thought they ran the ball efficiently yesterday. They were just missing the big play, which they had last year, right? And I think that Jalen actually did a very good job against the blitz. The ball came out very quickly. You saw that he was seeing things quickly. I think Jalen is playing at a very high level right now. I think he's playing better than he did at any point last season, other than the Super Bowl. He's seeing things very quickly. I do think it is fair to say, you know what? We've got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. We should be able to get them a little bit more open. And you saw how successful the very few times they did throw the ball downfield were yesterday. You have the catch by Devontae Smith, which is probably the biggest play of the game aside from the Makuba interception. You had the pass interference on Devontae Smith that was then picked up, which should not have been. And I did think that the refs had kind of a horror show of a game yesterday. You had the one
they were awful.
on the one on A.J. Brown that probably should have been pass interference, and they didn't throw the flag on. And then you had the other one where it hit Devontae in the hands, and then he falls on his back. So those are, especially against the blitz, those can be good answers. I just think VG is absolutely right that this is the second game of a brand new play caller. He deserves some grace. He deserves to grow in the job. There's no doubt about that. I just think it is a little bit uninspiring what we have seen from, an offense that has arguably one of the best wide receiver tandems in football, and they're just, nobody's sprung open.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair, to be honest with you. I don't think it's fair. They scored in their first 3 drives against Dallas, then the delay happened, right? So, whatever. Yesterday, it was that type of game. Like, it was a slog of a game. If you want to quibble and say that maybe they should have down the field a little more, all right. But you had your hands full. You have no Goddard, and it was clear without Goddard how much they missed him yesterday. They missed him.
That's
max protect. Good.
But that is one of my bones of contention, which is you don't have Dallas Goedert. So why are we leaning so heavily on 12 personnel? Don't you want to get your best players on the field? And is getting your best players on the field having Grant Calcaterra and Kylan Granson on the field instead of Jahan Dotson? Right? Like, I want to spread things out. I want to make it a little bit easier to identify where the blitzes are coming from.
Yeah, I think they were afraid of the pressures.
A little bit farther.
He disguises a ton. And what was he doing? As much as we pressure. He also showed a lot and backed out of it. And that confused Jalen a couple times. I was talking to Baldy, who was doing the game for Westwood One, and there was a couple of those times when they back out of the blitz, Jalen was holding on to it. He didn't know where to go with it because there was coverage down the field. So in that cat and mouse game, I get why they played it that way. I don't know that Dotson makes a difference.
I don't know that he makes a difference. I don't, all of the tight condensed formations and running out of that, there's a little bit too much predictability. I think, for the second week in a row, as the professor has pointed out, when they go in pistol, the first play is play action, and then they go like 10 straight runs. It's just a little bit predictable. We are grading this team on the curve of, we think they should be able to win the Super Bowl. So the standards are high. It's okay. They're racking up wins.
It's also week 2, and you're playing a desperate team on the
these
road.
Are things that they can work on.
I can't make that my but. Like, I guess where I disagree with you is I can't do a but after that game. Like, I can't. I knowing how hard it is to win that game against that team in that spot, how desperate they were. I know how desperate they were. I talked to those guys this week. There was a desperation about that team, about those guys. They wanted that thing bad after the Super Bowl. And then you start off 0-1. So the fact that you came out and you played it tight, close to the vest, I think was the right thing to do.
I think that's fair. And it's a fantastic win. There's no doubt about that. I think there is a thing with Eagles fans.
I'm listening to you though, and you got the butt, like the butt's like right there.
But you know what? They won the Super Bowl last year.
Man, but I don't know, not here, not today.
2023 is not that far away. Even though they won the Super Bowl last year, I think Eagles fans still have the pain of 2023 when they felt like this team, like
you should have no pain. That's ridiculous.
But the experience of that, when it felt like this team, we're talking about, oh, this team just knows how to win. This team just knows how to win. And it was built on unsustainable things. And then all of a sudden they collapsed down the stretch.
They came back and they won the Super Bowl and were the best.
I know that.
Stop. That's got to eradicate 2023. Stop it. I don't want to hear about collapses. Well, new play caller. Oh, my God. Regression. I heard this morning. Oh, well, you keep playing like this, there's going to be regression. Stop. It's 2 freaking games.
It's 2 games that they both got. And both games, they got a red zone defensive turnover, which you can't always count on. And if both of those things flip, they might be 0-2.
I know you can't count on a red zone defense. I get it. But they were never in peril in the game. And we can say what we want. Well, if he makes that catch, okay, well, it didn't happen. All right? Like, it didn't happen. Like, I think it's ridiculous. I think
okay, well, then why analyze the game at all? They won the game. We should all be happy. Let's throw a parade. They're 2-0.
Stuff. Go ahead.
No, we're analyzing the game. Like, we got to talk about the things that they did well, the things that they didn't do well, the things that they need to improve on. Philadelphia is not Pollyanna. We're not throwing a parade for 2-0.
Pollyanna, dude. Like, Pollyanna. There's a difference between being Pollyanna and being stupid after 2 weeks, knowing that you have a new play caller, knowing that the offense doesn't play in the preseason, knowing who you were playing against on the road against that defensive coordinator.
It's a great win.
There's no doubt about it. To go, damn, that's a freaking win. I don't think it's Pollyanna.
Okay. I just think it's a great win. We can say they deserve a pat on the back for that. There are some things that they need to work on. I don't think that they're going to go into the office this week and think,
always the thing
we nailed that game.
There's always a thing to work on. We get it, but certain games have their own vibe about them. Certain games take on, like, individual games take on a personality, and the personality yesterday was a slog. It was a slugfest. That's what the personality of that game took on. It wasn't going to look pretty. Now, when they get Goddard back and they're going up against the Buccaneers, all right, let's see. Let's see. And if we were having the same conversation and Jalen throws for 102 yards, I go, well, you know what, Bo, you're right. But not after yesterday.
The one thing that I do agree about is, like the personality of that game. And we talked about, last season's team. What their personality was every week they showed up, they were the toughest team and they were beating people up. And I think you saw that again yesterday, which we maybe didn't see as much week one because they were missing Jalen Carter, right? They dominated the line of scrimmage again, no doubt about it. And that is the strength of this team. And they should be puffing their chest out about going into a very difficult place to play. As you said, a desperate team, and they just beat them up. You got Chris Jones whining on the last play of the game like he didn't throw for 100 yards. Who cares? And I love that from Jalen. That is such a beautiful peek into what makes Jalen, that he doesn't care about that. We won the game. What are you talking about? I think that's great. No doubt about it.
We won the bleeping game. I love it. We won the
Great.
bleeping game. I love that, man. I'm going to quote Andy. Don't worry about it, man. Just enjoy the win.
That's
no,
good.
seriously. Again, not answer yes. There are times when I would agree. You could talk about style points. You could talk about things. But you would have to admit that all of a sudden, talking about 2023 and regression after 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks is premature.
I don't know that it's premature. We're talking about things that the offense needs to get better at. And, week one, the Chargers come out and they run all this play action and they get all these guys open. And yesterday, the Eagles barely run play action. That's a curious thing. I would like to know why that decision was made.
Hey, dude,
it is a reporter's job to ask
how many
questions.
times
We are curious about these
play
things.
action. He's never on the center, so I think that
you were allowed to run play action from shotgun. I mean,
what?
Play action from shotgun still counts.
I know,
but
these
are questions worth asking.
Was under center when they ran the majority of their play action.
Okay. The Eagles were under center a little bit yesterday, but you're right. That's not the basis of their offense. These are just they're questions worth asking. These are things that
I get it.
The Eagles will have to answer.
Certain day. I understand that, but to me, I guess the rhythm of the week, that's a Wednesday conversation or a Tuesday conversation, not a day after conversation. The day after conversation is the toughness part. I don't worry about the reason why I think it's way premature to talk about 20 or even invoke 2023 is they weren't tough. This team's tough. That team wasn't tough. This team's completely different. Cooper DeJean,
would you have said that? Would you have said that in week 4?
Defensively, they're way tougher than they were 2 years ago.
I definitely agree with that, and Vic also deserves a lot of credit for that. But would you have said the same thing in week 3 of 2023? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I can look hindsight because I've seen it. So I can look back. I have the data. I mean, I have my eyes, and I can look back at this. I can look at that team and look at this team and go, well, yeah. I mean, they didn't need to put up 38 against the Bills and all these the Dolphins and all these other. This defense is freaking tough. So I
think that's fair.
That will halt regressions. It's like having a great pitcher, like a number one, right? He's a stopper. He's going to stop slides. Having a defense like this, all of a sudden, stops slides because that defense is real.
I think that's fair. I agree that the defense is real, and I do think that mitigates some of the things that might not be as good as they look right now. I think that's totally fair.
Yeah, I mean, again, I just grading on perfection in week 2 against that team. I go, I don't know. I think that's, I don't want to say silly exercise, but it's not an exercise that I would dive into.
Okay.
Guy, VG.
I'm just watching. I don't even want to get involved in this today. You busted out a no duh. No duh. No,
well, it's my boy, man. But listen.
This is all love. This is fun.
What makes it great.
I will say this from surveying social media and even our own chat, there is a portion of the people with Bo They
Listen,
are.
I don't ever debate that. The fan,
There's a lot of Brian Johnson
the maniacal
references.
I know. That's why I brought it up. That's why I bristle against it.
Right.
Because I saw it on social media. I heard it on the radio this morning. I heard, and I think that's foolish to invoke Brian Johnson. I think it's foolish to talk about regression. I'm quoting from what I heard from the radio. And I think, but that's, that's our personality, right? Our personality is we grade on perfection. I'm not being Pollyanna. I'm just looking at it through a prism of football.
And I think a fair, you're right to bring up the Dallas game where the offense is moving. They have the delay and it stalls. And Spags is a Hall of Famer. He's the best of the best of this generation, probably. So it's hard to compete to say, oh, yeah. I mean, we have to look at their scoring first quarter points. How long did it take them? Week 10 last year? I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning with Cuz. I'm usually anxious and nervous Nelly, and I'm leaning with Cuz where I'm like, yeah, let's see week 4 or 5 and see where we are. Take it from there, especially after last year.
The thing about the running game too is interesting, and I think it goes in concert with what you're saying about the defense, Cuz, which is that I think what Nick Sirianni wants to do is like lower the variance of these games, right? We are the better team, and as long as we don't make mistakes, if we can run the ball and stick with our really good defense, I believe that we're going to come out at the end. And I think there's something to that. I just think as the season goes on, we will want to see a little bit more from the passing game. There's no doubt about that.
Fair.
Jeffrey Lurie is not paying all this money to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith for them to not have combined for 100 yards through 2 games, right? We are going to need to see some things open up, but that's time. There's time for that. It's great to be able to solve problems while you're winning. No doubt about it.
I think that's fair. I do. I know I take more of a hard line approach, but I think it's fair. I think you're spot on when it comes to how Sirianni views a game and how you win. And I think that's a winning formula. Listen, Jalen's never going to be Justin Herbert throwing the ball down the field. That's just not who he is. He wins this way. And to quote him, we won the bleeping game. Like, that's who he is as a quarterback. He's just a winner. He's a point guard winner. And, grade him by style points and grade him by passing yards. It's moot, I think.
I think he is playing better than he did last season. And so it is a funny picture right now where you've got Jalen playing better than last year, but the offense doesn't look as good, and it's hard for those things to be true at the same time. But we've got plenty of time for them to get things together, because I think the first thing is more important. If Jalen is going to play at this level, the offense is going to come.
Great. I got to tell you, fun stuff this morning. I just love talking to you, man. I do. I love it.
Of course.
What's on tap today?
We got 2:00 with Franny Films is breaking it all down. So we're going to talk a little bit about the offense, and if he thinks there are some things he would like to see tweaked. We're going to talk about Vic's game plan, why he leaned into the blitz so much. So lots of fun stuff coming with Fran at 2:00.
Love it. I'll be tuned in. All right. Great stuff, brother. We love you. The Wulf.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy.
You'll be active in the chat of their show today watching.
I will. I just don't think I think it's foolish to talk about this. I heard the narrative. You can say I'm with you, chat. I see it on social media. I get it, but I think you got to look at it from prism of football.
You're not gonna get creative against Spags in a desperate game. I mean, yeah. I mean,
in week 2,
right?
Yeah.
Come on.
No turnovers. Let's just keep it like this. I
think Sirianni looked at it like, I want to try to win this game. Yeah. And you got to go. Every game is a different personality, and this personality was,
let's get in and get out. We got to win. Let's get out of here.
Yes. All right, fellas.
Yes.
I mean, I'm with you. I mean, you heard me talking this morning while we were setting up, and I was comparing Brian Johnson and Kevin Patullo, and I saw flashes of the same thing. But we also have to go back to last year and remember what they did. They started 2-2. but they found a way to iron out the wrinkles, and they became a team and found their groove, and they moved it down for the rest of the season. It's a long season, and to judge anything in game 2 right now, I think it's worthless because
when they're 2-0,
things are going to get better. They're going to get
again,
better.
The difference between 2023 and the first half of last year is the defense. See, this is a team game, right? So we can look at the offense all we want and scrutinize the offense. But again, this defense is going to put you in position to win games. They win games because this defense is freaking good and they can run the ball. All right? If you want to go be a fan of the Lions, and that's how they're built. They're built for splash. The Eagles aren't built for splash.
Yeah.
I think it's also fair. Obviously, AJ's hamstring is still bothering him. He's usually the recipient of most jump balls. And
Not necessarily. Devontae's
I feel like that was I don't know. I feel like the go-to with Jalen whenever he was in trouble was him.
I've seen
AJ.
plenty of Devontae jumps.
Hamstring or not, that snag that AJ had yesterday, that one-hander.
He's got great hands.
Man.
Yeah.
Superhuman.
All right.
I can't wait to see where Murph takes us today.
Let's go to.
Oh boy, let's get some popcorn.
Well, I'm. Yeah.
Did you know he's not Mr. He's usually not Mr. Optimism and stuff.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be.
Like here's one thing I do want to make sure that we all get. I'm not being Mr. Optimist. I'm not being Jolly Charlie. I'm appreciating real football. Like that was football.
Well, you're a realist.
Like that's what football is. Now, I listen. I know I could skew a little fake Fugazi coach, Fugazi. Like I love it so much that I skew that way. But when I look at things and analyze them, and I take it serious. Like I was talking to Spags this morning about it. Like, so I looked at this win.
So you saw the Spags is like, oh, how we lose that game? They played so terrible on offense. He's not saying that.
No. Brain.
Red, the brain finder.
On the Xfinity guest line, brought to us by Bet Parks and the Bet Parks Sportsbook online casino app. Good morning, Brain.
How are you guys? Good to hear. Good to see you.
By the way, good call on the Giants. You said outright they should have won outright, and they got the big cover. So I was rooting for you.
Yeah, I appreciate that, but I got to tell you, watching that, I don't think I've ever seen a game where the referees called 21 penalties against one team. There had to be I don't think these games are fixed, but I've never, ever seen anything.
Yeah.
Every play was a penalty. I don't know. I'm obsessed with this game. Fair value was Giants by 3 touchdowns. That to me would have been fair value. I've never seen a game where now some of it was just these guys were dumb. Every time Dallas scores because of penalties, they'd call personal foul. It was almost like every single thing they could do to just keep the Cowboys to score. I don't know. But anyway, I obviously I wanted the Giants to win, but who cares about the Giants, Cowboys, Eagles? Look, Anthony, you talked about it. It was kind of the exact game you predicted. You said it was going to be under. You said it was going to be a low-scoring, tough game. It's exactly what we thought it would be, right? 2 champion teams going against each other. You knew it wasn't going to be aesthetically pleasing. We knew that going in. And look, give credit to the Eagles. You know, they get it done. And all you got to do is you win these games, you go on to the next one, and you keep trying to improve as the season goes on.
You know what's funny? I was listening to Brady yesterday, and
he's good.
He's so good.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite right now.
I love him. I gotta tell you, I love him.
I disagree.
What?
That dude loves to hear his own voice.
Really?
No, he's
That
fantastic.
dude just talked way too
really
much.
good.
And he wasn't even talking about the game. He's talking about outside stuff.
He's like a church. He's
Brady's
so
the
quiet
greatest.
compared to Romo. Romo never shuts up.
Brady's the greatest.
No,
I love Brady. But these Eagles remind me of the Patriots, of that dynasty, in the way they can what do they call it? Shapeshifters.
Yeah, they morph into where they
Right?
they
Like,
go whatever they do
changeling.
the way they win.
they're like a shapeshifter, right? Like
Yeah,
you need
exactly.
them to win like this. You need Jalen to do that. They're shapeshifters, man. They're about
Yeah.
winning. They're so tough. And I just love their defense, man.
Yeah, listen, again, they got it done. Again, as I said, you knew that was going to be a tough. Again, you knew it was. I heard, yeah, the whole Chris Jones thing was pretty funny. But again, you knew that was going to be a tough game. And again, I don't care what team is going in there. You probably just weren't going to go in there and just blow the Chiefs out, right? And it was a grind them out affair. Now I will say this. And again, listen, right now you could be a Cincinnati Bengals fan. Your season's over, right? Like there's time for things to change.
3 months, Burrow's
3
out
months.
after the toe surgery. You're going to need surgery.
Yeah, he's out for 3 months is, it's what, 12, 13 weeks. They said minimum. So he's done for the season, basicing. And now that you figure, I mean, I don't think they can win half their games without him. But anyway,
No.
but the AJ Brown thing, Anthony, and I mean, and I don't know, it's funny. I always thought if AJ Brown was playing with Joe Burrow the last few years, he would have been like the number one like NFL receiver in terms of stats. If he was playing I thought he was as good as any player, basically, or Dak Prescott, and an offense that was just not going to be so run-based like we have in Philadelphia here. But to me, it just doesn't seem like, again, to me, not that, and you, Anthony, you know far better than me, you know what's going on there, but he just doesn't seem like the same player through 2 weeks to me.
Well, yeah, he has a hamstring issue, so that's still legit. But they're never going to look like Jalen Hurts is not Joe Burrow, right? Like
you're right. Yeah, I get it.
That's not who he is as a thrower. Like that's not their offense. So I get it. You got AJ and Devontae, but their offense is never going to be. Jalen's not a volume thrower. He's not a guy that's going to throw it 35 times and complete 31 of them for 325 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's not who he is.
It's funny, Anthony. It reminds me almost like this. If you were to go to a restaurant and the bill is $40, and some guy may just pay 2 20s, Jalen may pay 2 10s, 2 5s, and 10 1s, but you're still getting your $40. He just may do it a different way than, the guy that just, or whatever. You get my point. It's actually exactly what you said. They have to do it a different way. He's not a volume thrower. They win a different way than other teams win, but it's very effective. Obviously, great organization. And they get it done. But I do think, Anthony, that while they do it in different ways, they do have 2 receivers that can match up with anyone. And I just hope to see AJ Brown like back to that top 3, top 5 wide receiver.
Here's my thing, right?
Even if it's not raw stats.
Like the reason why you win yesterday is you're right. You have Devontae Smith. And so when Spags goes man 0 and it's 3rd and 10, it's 31, you got Devontae to go make a basketball post-up catch at the 3-yard line and seal the win. That, again, goes all back. We are so immersed, and I understand it, so this is not a shot, but we're so immersed in stats, fantasy football, prop 100%. Bets, and all this other.
So true.
So we don't really understand through the football prism. Like there is the fantasy football and betting and all this other stuff, and then there's football. And
couldn't agree more.
While the worlds collide, they don't mean the same. And our minds are skewed because of it. It's like, why else would you talk about style points? Style points are ridiculous because every game is an individual organism.
100%. Anthony, again, as usual, I agree with everything you said. I think you're factually correct. But as I said, listen to me again. Good win now. Again, interesting game this week coming up. It's gonna be a tough one. But again, all the games are tough this year,
right?
More or less, So this is not a surprise. This is just going from one battle to the next. You have a Rams team that hasn't looked great. They're 2-0, and this is the team that gave them the toughest game last year in the postseason. Line I think said
another revenge game, man. Another great coach, McVay. Like it's going to
Yeah.
be, it's another tester.
It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle.
Yeah, going to be a tester. All right, what do we think of yesterday? Last night, oh, the Vikings couldn't get out of their own way. Wow.
Man, it's funny. Watch it's interesting because again, like me included, I was like, okay. I almost felt like with this coach, you could put like me out there and he'd be like, all right, Nick Mullins is thrown for 500 yards. Joshua Dobbs is thrown for 400 yards. I didn't make a difference. This coach seemed like just anyone was bulletproof with this system, whatever he does. They obviously have great tight end, great best receiver in the league, maybe two good running backs, good offensive line or whatever. But JJ, man, does he looked atrocious. I mean, there's no other, and again, root for the guy who went to Michigan, love him. But, and again, we're saying he's not going to have a really good career, but he has had one good quarter out of 8. And you just see, it's interesting. Like
He looks small.
They can't win. They can't really win the way the Eagles win. So the Eagles, I think they try to kind of mirror that. I think they're trying to go that way where they beefed up the defensive line, offensive line, bring in Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones, trying to like run the ball, and they've been running almost every. But I just that's a hard way to win. The Eagles are one of the only team that actually I think do that.
That's right. That's
one.
right. If I were them, I'd go trade for Cousins.
It's interesting, and I know you're maybe you are telling the, but it's interesting. It's like it's a tough one because if you're trying to like win, they certainly have the players to win around him, and you can see he is. It's almost like if you're like a marathon runner or whatever, or there's a 4x4 100 relay, and like 3 of the guys are doing amazing, and one guy is just so much slower than everyone else, and it takes you from a gold medal to out of the thing. He's holding them back. It's just they're not going to rip him. They're not going to. But he clearly, you have, Justin Jefferson and Hawkinson. They've been completely neutered. I mean, it's really. That's a tough. I don't know.
They had that secondary all day. Like you saw what happened with Jefferson right before halftime. Like
yes,
he has it all day. Now the other issue is their O-line. They're down 2.
They struggled. Yeah, they struggled with the injuries.
Their O-line, and that's going to hurt a kid like JJ. It's going to kill him, right? Like when you're down two O-linemen like that, kills JJ.
Yeah,
on the flip
it was
side,
a shame.
Atlanta should have won by 30. Like
Atlanta killed them yesterday.
The fact that they couldn't get into the end zone until the fourth quarter was ridiculous. I don't like the way that team's coached. They got great weapons, right? You have Mooney's back. You got London. Bijan is
2 good running
star,
backs.
Right? Like you got Pitts has a pulse. Like Kyle looked like he could play. They're good. They have a good offensive line. They have a good defensive front. They get the rookies are playing. I don't like the way they're coached.
Yeah, again, one of my bigger positions. I have big position on the Falcons over 7.5 wins. So I do think they're obviously a very talented team. But look, credit to them. They got the win in Minnesota. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that was I guess a wake up in reality for Vikings fans that, the quarterback thing, it's not just going to be like snap my fingers and we're going to like, be doing it the way it's been done with, all the other quarterbacks here in recent years with this coaching staff. So it's going to be a process, but again, I do think they'll improve as time goes on. I actually do believe that.
All right, what do you got tonight? We got 2 doubleheader. The Monday night doubleheader, the 7 and the 10. I love it. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight on the road in Houston, going up against a really good defense. And then you got the Raiders and Chargers from Vegas.
Yeah, two good games here, Anthony. 2 good games here. Tampa Bay Houston game, man. I just cannot lay points with Houston. To me, they're a team. If you like Houston in this game, I'd rather see you lay a short price with the money line. Why? Because this is a team where not many points are going to be scored in all likelihood. They just don't have that much oomph offensively. They have another poor offensive line, poor running game, one great receiver, potentially a very good quarterback. But I just don't trust this offense as a whole. Tampa Bay has a bunch of injuries. Still, their best lineman Wirtz is out. Godwin's still out. I did bet the Tampa Bay +3, but at 2.5, man, I like them in teasers still, Anthony. I like them in teasers, gotten up to 8.5. Because again, I think if this Texans team wins games. It's just not going to be by margin. I did bet Mike Evans under 68.5 yards. Love the player. Love the player. Don't love this matchup for him. And I also, Stingley's, right there is the best corner in the league. And I did bet Nico over 5.5 catches. Don't love the Bucs secondary. He did nothing against the Rams, but to me, the Rams much better secondary and defense overall than Tampa Bay has right now. That's how I see that game. Chargers Raiders. I initially had Anthony a pretty big bet on the Raiders getting 3.5. But to me, and again, unless I hear differently, Brock Bowers, I'm pretty sure is not going to play. And Brock Bowers, to me, I don't know. Maybe he does. I'm waiting. I'm going to see.
No Brock. No shot.
He's questionable still. He's questionable.
Yeah.
I got to see if he's going to play or not. Because if he doesn't play, this is a game if I'm just going to be completely neutral. And if he does play, if you see Brock Bowers is playing, I've seen things where Cowher says he's hoping
let me ask you a question. What is it against the Chargers that you don't like in this spot?
You're saying what don't I like?
Oh,
he practiced Saturday. Pete Carroll said he
did.
Great
Okay, because I saw but I saw a comment that Carroll's hopefully could play. But usually when you don't practice Thursday and Friday, I don't know. It's to me a bad. And from when I was reading, like some of the doctors were saying this is an injury he could play through, but he won't be as effective. Just from guys I know or whatever telling me that. But look, I do think the Raiders with Geno Smith are going to be an effective team this year. I really think they improved their team tremendously. 3.5 Raiders still will be the side for me again if Bowers plays. I do think it merits a bet. If he doesn't play, I would pass. And I do like the over-under, I think like 46.5 guys. Again, I think the Chargers, that saying, let Russ cook. They let Herbert cook, right? They actually gave him a chance to actually pass the ball. He was extremely effective. Raiders not a great defense. And I think Geno Smith, this changes this entire Raiders team. I think that they will be good enough to score in the 20s too against the Chargers. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game tonight. Much higher scoring than the first.
It's weird with that total, Brain, because the total went up a little bit. But if you look at the percentages that I see, it's like 90% are on the under, and it still went up. Like
I can tell you why. 3 very, very, very sharp groups came in on the over.
Okay.
And that is why they released over 46. So that would be the reason for that. Again, I say this VG. It's not necessarily Super Bowl's a different issue because the money's so big.
Yeah.
You have no choice, but. It's not how much is bet, it's who bets it. It's much more so that in a regular season game. But I like the over, like the Raiders if Bowers plays. That's how I would attack this game. And I did bet actually Keenan Allen under 56.5, under 55.5. Had a great first game. Great. I'm going to make him prove it to me again.
Brain, I used your advice a little on the tease this weekend. Hit a 4-teamer. I brought
no, you didn't.
Yeah, I brought the Bills, Rams, and Lions all pretty much down the money line, and then I got the Patriots. I didn't need it, but I got the Patriots over 7 to 7.5, and yeah, hit.
Good for you, man.
Good work by you, Brain. Good knowledge you're dropping.
Well, again, what was the one you wanted to do? Was the total 47? You wanted to tease it.
Well, I did a teaser last night. You probably would not have approved of, but it hit. I did a Falcons plus 4.5. I did alt lines, Falcons plus 4.5, but I did under 50.5.
Yeah, well, it was an easy win. It was an easy win. So, yeah, that was an easy win. So, anyway,
what are you feeling about the Phils tonight? They're little they're dogs tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, what'd you say?
The kid Emmett Sheehan is good.
Oh, he is good. Yeah, no, he is good. He is. Well, look, the Dodgers are playing well. How many games up are the Phillies over? They're 4.5. They're
4.5 on the Dodgers. They're 2 behind the Brewers.
Yeah, I mean, now I will say this. It would be very, very, very nice. We talked about getting a top 2 seed, which is most important, but it'd be very nice to get the 1 seed because to avoid the Dodgers, even though I think the Phillies are better than the Dodgers, even without Zach Wheeler, I think they're probably are just as good. It would still be. I would much rather face, let's say, the Cubs kind of team if they'd play someone like that, or the Mets, whoever they would. I would not look. I'd rather not play the Dodgers.
Yeah, I agree.
If you could avoid it,
I like to get the 1 seed.
Yeah. I mean, I would avoid. I would rather to avoid being
Now,
out of that half
lost
of the
in the football Sunday was a NOLA getting rocked day.
Anthony, look, it's like this is the old Bill Parcells thing, right? You are what your record is. I think at this point, my expectation for Aaron Nola is, again, I think he's gone down the Madison Bumgarner route.
Yeah.
Where he had a great career. Maybe not great, but that's good Bumgarner, but still a very good career. Where I think that the taxation of his arm and just, is just taking a toll where he's just not the same guy that he was. Personally, I wouldn't have him in with them 8,000 feet starting a game for me in the playoffs. I don't know what their expectation is.
Lefty. All day long.
I would.
The problem is
I would not.
Bueller.
The problem is that game 4, and at what point do you need that 4th starter in the playoffs in a long series? Now you're up 3-1. You can take a shot with Nola. You can take a shot with Bueller. Not that one start with Walker Bueller is going to make me jump that way either. But
you don't. No, I'm sorry. It kind of reminds me of this a little bit, and we've seen it happen. What the difference between like great players, Anthony? It's not that they're great in one game. They're always great. Like Clayton Kershaw in his prime, Pedro Martinez, always great. When Nick Foles, I always go back to Nick Foles. Any quarterback can have like 1 or 2 good games, but they're not good for 17. That's why Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. In one playoff game, listen, Aaron Nola even having a horrible year, Walker Bueller even being released by a team. Maybe you got lucky 5 innings. Like Walker Bueller was horrible last year, but he actually pitched well in the postseason.
Right.
So look, maybe they'll just get lucky, and the variance will be that Aaron Nola just.
I mean, that's why you got to do it. That's why you got to do it in game 4, and
game 4.
You make it a bullpen game, right?
You make it a bullpen game.
You stack guys. You stack Nola and Bueller for that matter. And
I agree.
I'm with you.
Hopefully, listen. Hopefully, look, 2 weeks left in the season. We'll see what happens. But again, it looks like, at least it looks really, really good that they're going to get that top 2 seed, which to me is huge. If they can get the top seed, that's even better. But as I said, again, baseball playoffs, Anthony, you know this. Baseball playoffs, you want to talk about a random generator. This is like the NBA lottery. It is the most random of random things, and people dissect it. Oh, we were short on this. We needed that. We needed this. I know for a fact that if you replayed the baseball playoffs 1 week later after everything happened, the results would be completely different. It's just randomness that people think because it happened once, that's the way it is forever. Baseball playoffs so random. Hopefully it goes their way.
Yep. Brain, great stuff, buddy. Thanks, brother.
Appreciate you guys as always. VG, keep those teasers hitting.
We'll get it. We'll mix up a few tonight.
There he is.
All right, brother. Be good, guys. Thanks, guys.
Brain. All right. Let's talk about some of our business, shall we? Let's talk about Parks Casino. Oh, boys. We're going Parks Casino right now. How about this? Get ready for your voices.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Parks Casino, our casino of choice, have it all.
The same lineup.
Action, excitement, headline entertainment. In fact, they want this Baldini once in 2 times.
Wow.
So here you go.
Double the singing. All right.
All right. Parks Casino, Pennsylvania's #1 casino, 1,000 hot slots, state-of-the-art sportsbook, beautiful poker room, Liberty Bell Beer Garden, a collection of award-winning restaurants. Parks Casino, this is how you win.
Yeah.
Now, here we go. Tickets on sale September 19th, comedian Hannah Berner.
Ho, 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 ha, ha, ha.
September 20th this weekend, Saturday, Australian Pink Floyd.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell?
September 26th, the Revivalists.
Wish I knew you when I was young. Could have got so high.
September 27th, comedian Russell Peters.
Don't know, Russ. I'm sure he's hysterical.
October 4th, Kansas.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
October 24th, Everclear.
I am still living with your ghost, lonely and dreaming of the West Coast.
October 25th, Almost Queen.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Oh gosh, you get too close. A little too close. Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers, November 15th.
That Bill Murray?
That Bill Murray. Here's a new one for you. November 21st, Air Supply.
Oh,
Man.
Oh, man.
We'll have to look it up for the next time around here.
Let me get a song. Let me get a song real quick. Hold on. Air Supply. They got some. There are a lot of falsetto, too. Air Supply. Oh. I'm all out of love.
I'm so lost without you.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
making love out of nothing at all. We got the juice.
You can get another shot at this in a half hour. All right. November 22nd, comedian Brian Regan. ParksCasino.com. Buy tickets for all shows. Parks Casino. This is how you win. Got to be 21. Gambling problem? Please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Now let's talk about Xfinity Sports. Woohoo! In fact, there's a great commercial now with what's his name for the Wedding Crashers, the two of them.
Vince Vaughn
and
Wilson.
And Owen Wilson. And I love Vince Vaughn though. He's still he's a one note guy.
He is a one note guy.
It's a great note.
It
works.
Yes.
He's great. You know, they're talking about I'm a sports guy. And Owen Wilson, I always liked Owen Wilson. He's like, well, you're a Notre Dame guy. I'm from Texas. He's like, come on, man, let's watch the game. Because I got my Xfinity platform. I'm ready to go. That's right, the Xfinity setup, man. You can't go wrong with it. We're gonna get you set.
Did the Eagles wear Kelly green this week? I couldn't see my black and white TV. Was it Kelly green?
That's why with Xfinity, you're watching Next Level. You got all the action right in your living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K. Woo! 4K.
Enhanced 4K.
Yes, it's clear as can be. Like you're in the stadium. You see the stadium of red on my TV. It was like, wow.
That's probably cool.
Felt like you're at Arrowhead.
Yeah, it's
the whole thing.
Probably real cool.
On top of that, you get 4 games going on one Saturday. College games, I had 4 games going on. Nice. It's the best. So you get real-time notifications, live stats, right on your television, the best seat in the house every time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail, VG. Learn more, Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multiview acquires Xfinity 4K capable TV box. All right, it's a Monday. We love talking to our boy. It's a Murphy Monday. From the Inquirer, David Murphy on the Xfinity guest line. What's up, my brother? Good morning. You're muted again every week.
I mean, at this point, it's just going to be a bit, I guess.
Yeah, that's all right.
Roll with it. Nice, strong flannel today, Murph.
Yeah, you know, look,
I love working on a log cabin with the wood behind you.
I love.
You look like VG.
I'm homesteading.
Pearl Jam.
Homesteading out here. Got the soybeans growing in the plot.
Raising a barn.
Yeah. Raising the barn. What's going on? It's great. I love fall.
Yeah, I love fall too. It's great. Feels like summer though. I mean,
we still got 5 more days of summer.
I'm still enjoying that last little bit of it. All right, what'd you think? Now there is a lot of. It's so funny because it's Victory Monday in Philadelphia, and
the darkest days of the year are sometimes Victory Mondays in Philadelphia.
Yeah, and I've already argued with my own Bo Wulf. Right? What's that?
So it's like what Schmitty said. You know, the thrill of victory and the agony of reading about it.
I've already argued with my buddy Bo Wulf, right?
Yeah.
About style points. I'm curious to where you line up. I'll keep my mouth shut, and I just want to hear your assessment of yesterday in Kansas City.
Well, I mean, you know, you've given me grief in the past, you know, by calling this team a boring team. I mean, it is an ugly team to watch at times. It's not, don't get me wrong. It's effective, which is where I would differ on I kind of reject the notion of style points. There's no such thing as style points. And believe me, you take a win, especially when it's in Arrowhead Stadium. I think though, this might be a semantic game, but I think it's at this point you're looking at here in Philadelphia. We're never looking at winning the game and then forgetting about it until the next game. You think about like, can this team win a Super Bowl again? Is this team as good as last year? And if they can win the Super Bowl again, can they win it by 30 points this time rather than 20 points? So I think that's a totally fair prism to kind of evaluate this team through, and I think it's a fair one to bring up the fact that here's an example.
Is it fair? Let me interject one thing. Is it fair to judge in week 2 whether or not they can win the Super Bowl by more than 30 points?
No, what I'm saying is, like, you don't get, like, a win is a win, and there's no such thing as style points, and it counts the same.
Yeah.
But I think when people are talking about, say, the passing game, it's not that they would have rather it be prettier, or they won by more points, or they wanted to see a higher yardage total. It's, oh wow, down the road, if this passing game does not improve, it could be a problem, and it could get in the way of us winning a Super Bowl. And I think I think it's a totally fair conversation. I don't think it's fair to be overly critical, because this team is this team, and they've been winning these games this way, ever since Jalen Hurts. Really ironically.
Yeah, ding. You just nailed it. They've been winning this way ever since Jalen was the quarterback. That's who he is.
I mean, I don't understand why you have to pick one or the other. I mean, you can be thrilled that they're 2-0. I think anybody who really thought it through a couple of steps would have predicted the exact game that they saw yesterday. I mean, frankly, I was very impressed with the Chiefs defense, and I think it was also, I mean, kind of it was kind of what the Super Bowl was too. Like, there's been a little bit of revisionist history with regards to the Super Bowl, and I remember at the end of that game, I was like, who are they going to give an MVP to? Like, there's really, you would have to pick. It would have to be like the Larry Brown year, or who was a safety for the Raiders that randomly won the MVP award.
Yep.
It might have been DeGene. Like Jalen Hurts played fine, but he wasn't. This revisionist that he went Michael Jordan in the Super Bowl was. I mean, it was a game that
like Josh Sweat was probably the real MVP.
Yeah, like it was a game that turned on turnovers, and it easily could have been a game a lot like yesterday. And give the Chiefs credit for that, because they've totally reinvented the identity of that team. Really out of necessity, and it's something the Eagles are going to have to pay attention to down the road when you have a couple cornerbacks that you're going to have to pay along with a defensive tackle. At some point, you can't pay 2 wide receivers, $25 million a year when you're trying to keep everybody together at premium positions on the defense. But here's the thing: only one team in the last 15 years has gone 2-0 while throwing for fewer than 240 passing yards in the first 2 games of the season, and that's the Eagles. That's a fair point to bring up, especially when you look at this. Look, the Chiefs, as great as the Chiefs defense is, when we talked about this last week, that offense is just, they have nothing right now. And I get Worthy's hurt and I get Rice is hurt, but it's Patrick Mahomes right now and really nothing else. It looks like the James Thrash, Todd Pinkston, Corral Buckhalter Eagles, in terms of skill position weapons. And down the road, you were talking about the schedule. The schedule this year, they got no breaks really. They got the Giants. The Giants are their break, and the Cowboys were supposed to be a break, but I think part of people's evaluation of yesterday's game is due to the fact that it's coming on the heels of a week 1 that was slightly underwhelming. So I don't believe in style points. I think, anytime you go in the Arrowhead and you beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, it's a win. But I also think it's like, it's valid conversation to wonder,
But you know what? Is it valid? Are you really paying attention? Like, if you're expecting,
I don't think it's like.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about in general, the you plural.
Well, I haven't listened to the crazies, so
yeah. But my point is, are you really paying attention? Because this is who they are. Like, you just said it. Only one time, one team has won the Super Bowl. First 2 games, less than 240 yards.
Yeah,
the Eagles, right? Because this is how the Eagles win. The Eagles.
Well, but I think the difference is these past couple of games, you know, if they don't pick that ball off in the end zone, you know, if CeeDee Lamb doesn't drop 3 or 4 passes, you know, I think these are the first couple of games in a row where people are watching them and be like, oh man, they could have, if not should have, lost this game. I don't think yesterday falls into the
I'm never a believer in the would have, could have. If the queen had
but
balls,
I'm just
she'd
saying,
be
I
the
think
king.
I think that's where I think
What? What?
I never was a believer in all that thing. Right?
I think all
That's an old
I'm
school
saying
I've
that's
one.
never heard that one.
You never heard that before?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I've
I
never
think
been a
that's where
big believer in that, in this sense. Because the game could have switched a million different ways, right? It was every game is its own organism, right? And yesterday you were facing this incredibly desperate, like wounded champion, right? Like here the Chiefs are trying to, stay at the perch top of the AFC. And you felt their desperation. I talked to Spags during the week. I talked to Andy during the week. They're like, they wanted this game bad. Like, they were like dying. And I know Nick was like, man, I want to beat him again. And so this rivalry, this thing was real. And that's where it has its own flavor. The way the Eagles win is they're a great defense. They just are. And if you look at the Eagles from week 7 on, Cooper, Quinion, last year, now adding Makuba and Campbell and Zadarius Smith. I mean, this defense is unbelievable. I love this defense, and I love defense and running the ball. To me, it's football.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with the only thing I would disagree with is the notion that the conversation can't and shouldn't be had. I mean, it's look.
No, I'm not saying it can't be had. I'm just not a believer in it. That's all.
But to your point, I mean, last year, I remember all last year we were talking about the same things, you know. And another part of it is think it's week 2. If you had asked me at the end of week 2 last year, in fact, I wrote a column after they got gashed by the Falcons. I think the headline was like, you can't win a Super Bowl when you allow 6 yards per carry, you know, and they're going to have to fix that. And that was totally valid at the time. I wasn't saying the Eagles are never going to win a Super Bowl because, you know, if they were going to win a Super Bowl, this is something that needs to be fixed. And I think the one big question about this team right now, other than the one thing on defense, I think that the CJGJ has been a very conspicuous absence thus far, and there's been a couple shot plays that like that the Tyquan Thornton play yesterday. I didn't get a chance to go back and look at the all 22 or anything, but that's just something that I don't think they allowed at all last year. Just about down the stretch.
So they and truthfully, there were 3 other chances, and Mahomes just missed them. I mean, there was one where
frankly,
2 Eagles collide in the coverage. I thought Mahomes does not look good. I mean,
I think that team is. I don't think they're a wounded champion. I think they're not who they usually are. You know, I think the Eagles may have. It will. I think if we look back, there's a chance we look back as the Eagles having broken the Chiefs. Or I don't think that's accurate. I think they just happened to catch the Chiefs as they were breaking, and this was kind of the Chiefs' last big shot until they. And again, I respect Xavier Worthy. I respect Rashee Rice, but that team right now needs an AJ Brown, and I think it's kind of every time I watch this Eagles team and other teams that don't have that, it's amazing to me that the Eagles were even able to swing that trade. Because you just can't get receivers like that. I mean, teams just don't give them away because they're so impactful, and we've seen it here. But yeah, I think the defense, the shot plays are a concern. And then the other one is, and it was the same question all throughout last year, is can they win? Can they win a Super Bowl with a passing game that has this lack of dynamism? And I think it's the only thing that's the only real question right now, because we know they have the rest. And frankly, the fact that they were able to beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead playing that way yesterday is really a testament to kind of their staying power. I mean, they're the best team in the NFL. And I think the one question you can ask is if a team like the Bills yesterday with a high functioning offense had come in there, would they have won? If a team like the Bills had come into week 1, would they have won? Beyond that,
I think that's fair. I think it's more than fair. The Bills have a dynamic offense, and
I mean, James Cook looked just unbelievable yesterday.
Yeah.
Or I forget when they played, but he looked unbelievable when they played. I mean, they have a great offense.
They played 1 o'clock against the Jets.
Yeah, it's one team I've watched this year. I mean, I have every game on at the same time, so I totally forget what's going on at times. They all blend into each other, but that's the only team I've watched so far this year. With a possible exception of we'll see tonight, the Chargers. I got to throw that one in there for you. They're the only team that I look and I'm like, all right, the Eagles might get a game from this team.
I mean, you can also say
Baltimore too. I think Baltimore's legit.
Yeah, I'm not. I just think I think I'm with you. They're legit, but they're Lamar's so inconsistent against good teams that
I don't know about that.
I mean, what
they should have won. I mean, they should have won last week. Right?
You said you don't believe in should-have. You said you don't believe in should-haves.
Okay. I believe he played well in that game last week.
I got you. I'm not trying to down. I just think there's I think Baltimore and San Diego. I'll stand by. I mean, those are the two teams I've watched where I'm like, all right, I
think Green Bay's legit.
Yes, Green Bay too. I'm not a Love fan. I think he's, he's just like that guy for a guy who makes some of the best passes I've ever seen. I've never seen a guy miss as wide, as high, as low as he does. In ways that just absolutely kill you. And I think that's an Achilles heel for them. But let's see what that defense looks like, because it could be, it could be an all-timer.
I think he's. I also think he's he's young.
I think his mechanics are. He's not that young. I mean, he's been. When was he in college?
26.
I mean,
25.
Like Andrew Luck retired at 26 or something like that. I mean.
Well, yeah, but he hasn't played a ton. I mean, this is his third year
26.
starting. He's third year starting, something like that.
He does not have repeatable.
He
doesn't have repeatable mechanics, and his footwork is all messed up. And I'm with you. I think they're good. I'm just saying I think the Bills and potentially the Chargers, but that's going off week 1, and I'm obviously not going to go there yet. I just love Herbert so much.
I mean, it's a fair question to ask, though. Can this Bills offense, would it look that good against the Eagles? I mean, they're playing the Jets, Eagles are the best defense in football. The Bills may put up 17 against the Eagles. Yeah,
I'm with you. And I think that they, and again, I'm not, this is all, theoretical mumbo jumbo. I think I've said repeatedly, I think the Eagles are by far the best team in the league. And frankly, the story of this year is how few teams are even in the running to touch them. I mean, in the NFC, it's Green Bay and that's it, really. And in the AFC, it's Baltimore, Buffalo, and I don't know. San Diego could they're the only team I could see potentially, sneaking in there unless I miss somebody. I mean, the Broncos I'll tell you what, the Colts look very sharp. I don't think that they're anywhere close to that level, but that team looks that team looks really good. I've been impressed by them.
Listen, I also don't think you can count out Detroit either. I think Detroit is good. I
just think they peaked, and that defense doesn't look the same as it as it has in the past. And I'm with you. They're good, but put it this way: if the Eagles are playing the Lions, I would go into it expecting a convincing victory, and that's kind of where my bar is. Where if the Ravens come in, if the Packers come in, if the Bills come in, I'm like, all right, I'm interested. This is kind of a prove it game. Let's. And that the thing about the Chiefs is I felt the Chiefs were not on that level. I didn't think this was a prove it game. I thought this was one of those games where it's like, all right, Eagles should win this game, and they should win it.
Well, I thought it was going to be tougher. I did because of the spot, because like they were going to be ultra prepared, knowing those guys. This was an important game for them. Like they went into it like they were a desperate team looking to win, and I thought they played a really good, like defensively. They were, you said it, they were terrific defensively. Like I thought,
I think that's kind of the point. I think the Chiefs played as well as they could have played.
Yes.
And I think the Eagles played just about as poorly as they could have played, and it was still, a 2-possession game.
I didn't get Andy. Let me ask you a question. I didn't get Andy going. I got him going for it on fourth, and it was like a half a yard to start the second half. But the play call was, I didn't like that a little bit, because you're going to go, instead of going, it takes time for that play to work, because it's a misdirection. Instead of just going forward, it's fourth and half a yard. I would have just snuck it with Mahomes.
Well, and that's it's funny because the tush push, we laugh at all the controversy about it, but it's just such a weapon. I mean, the Colts had one yesterday too, where they were down the goal line they called a Tyler Warren misdirection on 4th and 1. And it got stuffed. And it's just such an advantage for the Eagles to once they get in that situation, just know that they're automatically going to get it. It doesn't look pretty, to the earlier point, but it's such a weapon. And the fact that other teams just can't do it shows you just how just how special the Eagles are, the fact that they can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. You think
Sirianni,
I had the thought right after the game. I'm talking to my cousin. We're both like, they're gonna kill. This is done. After this year, they're gonna kill it. Did you have that thought too?
Well, I do think look, I never thought it should be legal to have a pusher. I don't know that it's going to change anything, because I think that the Eagles, the difference with the Eagles is that they have the best interior line in football, combined with a quarterback that squats 600 pounds and has a low center of gravity. I think they get the tush push regardless if there's a pusher. Maybe there's a few where it doesn't happen, and yesterday probably was an example of a couple of them, because the Chiefs defended it as well as any team over the course of the game has really defended it. So yeah, I think I think there should the same rule should apply. It always used to be a rule that an offensive lineman couldn't push a running back into the end zone. I don't know when that changed, or if it has changed. But it shouldn't be a play. It shouldn't be a play. You shouldn't have the pushers. But at the same time, I don't think it'll really change much. I think that's the whole thing. That's the whole silliness of the tush push debate. Is I think the Eagles could line up and play it straight and dominate you just the same.
Yeah,
it's doomed. Yeah, I love that fact. The 7 times in one game, I love it. I'm ready for double-digit tush pushes.
Yeah,
but it's an impossible. You can't spot the ball. It's impossible to know when someone's knees down. I totally get the arguments for.
And that's what they're going to say. They're going to say it's too hard to officiate. Yeah,
it is, and it is. And I think Dean Blandino said it yesterday. Not that he's a local.
You a big fan of Blandino?
No, I realize he's not drinking for free anywhere in Philadelphia, but. Yeah, the fact is, it's. I hadn't thought about that until he said it, and I was like, you know what? That's a valid point, at least. Where most of the other points just aren't valid. Where the original debate came from a spirit of this is unfair. Where
yes.
Of course it's unfair. It's unfair because they're better than you. But it is. It's just. I think yesterday kind of shown some of the valid criticisms of it.
They screwed him on the one. The ball crossed the plane. I don't know how they said they couldn't see it across the plane. Come on.
But
where do you line up on Brady as a broadcaster?
Oh man, I can't believe they're giving him as much money as they are to be as milquetoast as he is. I mean, it's. I thought it was very weird that he kept referring to Patrick Mahomes as Patrick. Like I couldn't. It just sounded strange. Like it sounded like a father talking to his son or something like that. I don't know if you picked up on that, but anytime.
What's wrong with us?
We were having an internal debate. So Andrew lines up with you.
The chat doesn't like him either.
100%.
The chat lines up with you. I don't know what it is. I love Brady.
I love him
I
too.
think he's great.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I don't have a strong. I don't notice him half the time, and he really doesn't bring anything to the table. You forget it's Brady to
Agreed.
me.
Really?
Because he doesn't like draw. It's just totally mundane. Like, even they were. I remember a very specific instance. They're lining up for the Chiefs were lining up for the onside kick, and Brady's like, just says something about, this is, it's probably the right move, even given the percentages. And he didn't give the percentage. Like, I'm sitting there wondering, when is the last team that got an onside kick?
Well, that's not on him. That's on
His research.
The guy in his ear going, "Hey,
well,
Tom."
well, you don't know. Regardless, I just don't. Put it this way, I forget it's Brady half the time because it just sounds like,
Wow.
analysis that any old
All
person.
right.
And what was
But he doesn't grade on me. I just thought it was weird that he refers to Patrick Mahomes as Patrick.
And he was making some weird comments about Jordan Davis and his size and like a Peloton seat. Like,
Well, it felt at some
what
point like he was
going
getting
on?
paid to drop Peloton.
What was going on with
he
that,
said
man?
Peloton like 3 times.
Yeah, but he said
him. Maybe that's
Yeah,
not right.
he said something about like eating up the seat. Like, what?
I mean, he's not
Yeah.
cool, but I don't know. I think I like it. I think sometimes he gives you a little insight. And
Yeah,
stuff
I
that
don't
you
know.
don't get other
I thought
places.
the same thing. It's funny. All right, Fightins. Murph, what do you do? Lost in the game yesterday. Nola gets banged around. So the big start. Right? We're all hoping he could string together a couple of good starts. What do you do? Where are you leaning now?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that you got to keep him on the playoff roster, at the very least. But at this point, I don't know how. I don't know how you can have him start one of those first 3 games. I think it's pretty obvious that it's Sanchez, Suarez, and Luzardo, and then I think game 4. If I'm pretty sure they're going to need a 4 starter at some point. I don't know if they would need one in the NLDS or not, but you gotta, that'll be an interesting decision because, how much confidence do you have in Taiwan Walker? How much confidence do you have in Walker Buehler? How much confidence do you have in kind of anybody else? And I think, that's kind of one of these things that Rob Thompson, I don't know what he can do over these last couple of weeks to kind of prepare himself for that decision or kind of get any more information. But he's got to be thinking that way and figuring out, is there a way that I can, put together some sort of bullpen game in game 4 that may involve Aaron Nola or may not. I guess that's the question. Because look, it stinks talk. Nola's kind of like Travis Kelce at this point, probably a little further gone. Where he's just been, or Real Muto earlier in the season, where he's had such a great career. And frankly, this is expected at this point in time, that you don't want to sit there and you don't want to kill the guy because this is what happens. It's what happens. It's what happens to aging catchers. It's what happens to aging, everybody's. They one day, Dale Rivas is the best cornerback in the NFL, and the next year he's fighting for a job and then out of the league. It's just how it goes at starting pitcher. And I guess the question is, does he have anything left, or are the games like we saw his last start just kind of luck of the draw and things you can't count on? And frankly, sadly, I lean right now more towards that second scenario where he just doesn't have it, and he hasn't had it for if we're being honest, probably going on a year now.
Yeah. I know you're right. You're right.
Well, what's the other option?
There is none. That's why when you do need that 4th starter, you make it a bullpen game, and it's like, do you start Buehler? He's probably starting Nola, and you have Buehler ready to go, or Taiwan ready to go.
Yeah, and I think that I think it's kind of almost like self-evident where, you know, if you're Rob Thompson, you have to sit down and think, you know, how long will my leash, if I were to start Nola, how long would my leash be? And then at that point, what's the point of even starting him? Because if he, you know, if he allows two of the first three runners to get on base or loads the bases with nobody out or one out in the first inning, you know, you're doing and you're going to pull them, then you're just putting yourself in a worse spot because.
Well, you can't go in. You got to give him unless he's given up, you know, 3-4 runs and there's more trouble. I mean, that's the only way I'm pulling him. If he gives up, you know, I'm going to give him the leash, and I'm really going to try to get 4 innings out of him.
Yeah, I mean, I would, but I don't think that's, you know, I don't know that Nola's. Again, we saw it the other night where the game could be over very quickly if you go that route. So that might be your best route, and just hope for the best. Yeah,
or you start Buehler and go, you know, Buehler. If Buehler gives you another couple quality starts, you start Buehler and have Nola back him up.
I think I think it's all about, you know, I think between him, Walker and Nola, it's all going to be about what they look like in that last start, you know, and maybe how they match up with. But yeah, I mean, but Walker Buehler had a touchdown ERA, you know, when he was released. So
I know
we kind of have to see. But yeah, I'm rooting for Aaron Nola, and I hope that, you know, he can use these last couple starts to, you know, maybe find something that, you know, it's a shame. I'll tell you what, it's a shame Andrew Painter isn't in the equation because
dude, I think about it all the time.
You know,
I know.
I mean, like that I wrote this on Twitter the other day. I mean, that if you think about it, that McLean kid for the Mets. I always call him Norm, but it's Nolan. But I still like Norm better, so let's call him Norm. Norm for the Mets. That's how Painter was supposed to be for this team.
Yes,
you know,
it's exactly what he's supposed to be.
Total game changer. And I don't know. They just got to. What it comes down to is you gotta. You know, you can't be relying on that 4th game for anything in a series. You know, you have to look at those first 3 games as you know, this is where we got to take care of our business and you know, maybe we have a mulligan.
Right. Murph, we love our Mondays. We love hanging with you, buddy. We read you. We love you. Have a great week and best of Max.
Yes, sir. See you guys.
See you, buddy.
Dexter Jackson was the safety who won the MVP. The Buccaneers versus the Raiders. He was on the Buccaneers.
Wow. Dexter Jackson. Oof. All right. We got to take care of some business, and then we do our playback and around the league.
Nice.
All right. Let's talk about some of our friends. All right. Let's talk about a little True Mark. Kelly Body's excited today.
Yeah.
CEO.
She's probably
True Mark Financial Credit Union.
Feeling good today about a good, strong win. True Mark Financial, you know, they're doing God's work with us. They're helping out kids. They want to help your kids. Your kids become financially literate with their Greenlight debit card and money app. So if they worked all summer and they got a little bit of money in the bank or a little bit of money in a drawer, get them to deposit it at TrueMark and hook up with this great program. And if you're a TrueMark Financial member, you can get a free Greenlight account for your kids or teens. It's a really simple way for them to manage their own money, whether from the job, a birthday, or if you pay them for chores. They'll get their own debit card. They can set savings goals, track spending, learn how to budget, all while you stay in the loop from your phone. So you're totally in control, but they get to learn how money really works in everyday life. So now this is a great way and a great time to help your kids build smart money habits that'll stick with them long after the season of summer and long into adulthood. It's truly important because I really wish I had some financial literacy as a young adult. So head over to truemark.com/greenlight. I might actually get this for myself. Head over to truemark.com/greenlight and get all the details and sign up today. And don't miss this chance to set your kids up for some financial success.
All right, let's do it. Let's talk about Parks Casino, Street Road Bend, Salem. Here we go, boys. Parks Casino, our casino of choice, has a little action, excitement, headline entertainment. You got thousands of hot slots, state-of-the-art sportsbook, beautiful poker room, Liberty Bell beer garden, and a collection of award-winning restaurants. Parks Casino, this is how you win. Tickets on sale now. September 19th, comedian Hannah Berner.
Ha 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 he.
You're the best. September 20th, Australian Pink Floyd.
So you think you could tell heaven from hell?
September 26th, Revivalists.
Wish I knew you when I was young. Could have got so high.
September 27th, comedian Russell Peters.
Good stuff.
October 4th, Kansas.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
October 24th, Everclear.
I am
Still living with your ghost. Lonely and dreaming of the West
The
Coast.
25th of October, Almost Queen.
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
November 15th, Bill Murray and his Blood Brothers.
Funny Bill Murray?
Funny Bill Murray. That's
Singing.
Bill Murray. Singing Bill Murray.
Nice.
November 21st, Air Supply.
Making love out of nothing at all. Making love out of nothing at all.
That's a solo for you.
Come on, man, you're not an Air Supply guy?
No.
You're missing out, bro.
November 22nd, comedian Brian Regan.
All right.
Nobody comes to me for music anyway. ParksCasino.com. Come to you. ParksCasino.com to buy tickets for all shows. Parks Casino, this is how you win. Got to be 21. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. I have no taste when it comes to music, so.
Oh, man, apparently on Get Up, Adam Schefter says, John P. says in the chat, Adam Schefter says, this game was lost in March when they failed to ban the tush push.
Schefter said that? Oh, what?
Come on.
Shefty. Oh, stop.
Cry more.
Oh, my God. I never see more crying about the freaking tush push. You can't stop it. The Bills try to run it. They get stopped.
Yes, they do.
The Ravens try to run it. They get stopped.
Yes, they do.
They all try to run it. They can't run
The
it.
Bills even tried to run it last week, even after they complained that it was unsafe for them to run it. They still ran it.
You run the damn thing. You're not good at
I
it.
love it.
What? Cry. My God.
It's a lot of rivers around here.
News for you. When they do ban it, because those punk asses will all ban it, then what happens when Jalen just sneaks it for a first down?
Right.
All right?
Well,
So they'll stick that up your gigi. So tired of it. All right. Playback. Let's go, baby.
The playback.
That was good, Andrew. The playback. All right. Let's start off with Saquon. Can I tell you, I think we don't really appreciate how great he is.
no, we don't.
He's such a great player.
I mean,
He's so regal. First of all, he's great in every commercial.
yeah.
He's just regal, Saquon.
We don't, because it doesn't feel like, we know he's great, but it doesn't, like, when the Bears had Walter Payton, it was like, oh, man. But I don't feel like we have that same, like, oh, man, we got Saquon Barkley.
I know.
Stay calm, Barkley.
Yes. He's got, God bless him, he's got a bunch of national ads. So he's got Wawa. He's got, what's the Staycom? That's an insurance?
That's an insurance, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
And then he's got Little Caesars.
Riding the deer.
Right.
Yeah. That one was good.
Yeah, that was good. All right. The first touchdown is a Saquon 13-yard run in the first quarter.
I don't think anyone touched him.
Nobody touched him. It was beautiful, man. And, again, how hard the Chiefs worked to stop. They stopped him early.
Yeah.
Right? And the O-line did a great job, man. Look at
that hole.
Nice hole. He's shifty through it. So Saquon, perfect. What are you laughing at? I know.
We're trying to talk football over here. Like,
you looked
man.
at me. You made a face at me. Yeah, I get the flack, but he made the face.
Because you're over there snickering.
No,
Joe.
I didn't say anything
Joey,
until
Come on,
you
Joey.
looked at me.
Come on, Joe.
Push.
All right. Then you had the Mahomes kids. First of all, Is there anything better than Mahomes getting sacked?
No.
Because
No.
He has that sack face.
Yeah, you can't even believe it happened to him.
Right, like his sack body.
Yes.
He's a sack lunch, Patrick. Yeah.
Darius Smith and Makuba here too.
I know. Well, Zadarius had
I didn't expect anything out of him the first game.
He was
Man,
fantastic.
He was all over the place.
Well, you know what's great about that? The Eagles had to deal with him.
Yeah.
Or like they had to go. Like, hey, relax, do what you got to do. We're gonna bring in, and he's coming in, hasn't missed a beat. Man. So it's Birds are up, right? 7-3. Then Mahomes gets loose, and he did. He looked like old Mahomes on the run. Getting got a little upfield.
Yeah, he looked like a little punk afterwards. Just like I can't. I hate that. I actually was thinking about this morning. I hate them right now more than the Cowboys.
Really?
I do. I hate this team. I hate everything about them.
Really?
I hate the Chiefs right now.
Bro, it was a big moment. 10-7. The Chiefs go up. That was a big play. Then bigger play. First of all, AJ's catch was ridiculous. Right? It was just absolutely. It didn't go for many yards, but
No.
He sticks his hand up.
He anticipates where the ball's going to be without even looking up, basically.
Without seeing, it was amazing.
It's like Velcro on his hand.
Like that catch was outrageous. Good job, Andrew, on that.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at that. My Lord. Fantastic. And that sets up a 58-yard field goal. How great is it?
Big comeback
We
year.
don't have to worry about Elliott.
Yeah.
Especially when you're watching Aubrey kick
from a 90.
Yeah, I mean, like you're watching that Giants Dallas game. He's kicking from everywhere.
Yes.
So that was a big deal. A big deal.
And they're going through. I mean, they're not just there. He's got another 10 yards, Elliott, on these kicks.
Oh, yeah. No, they're fantastic. So we're 10-10 at halftime. Man, the first drive was huge. First, it's 3rd and 1. And Makuba lays a great tackle.
Ooh. Closing speed.
And it makes up, because remember, he missed the tackle.
Go back to that last one, Andrew. Look how far he is right now. The closing speed he's got.
You see what a first down line is, right? Now you see Makuba, he beats him to the line and makes the great tackle.
He couldn't even turn around with the ball.
And that was a big deal. That's the first drive. They're looking to come down and score.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's 4th and 1, and then he's like, I got to go for it, which I get it. But they go inside handoff off the misdirection on 4th and 1. Great tackle. Yeah. Great tackle by the kid. Great tackle by the rook. But then they go 4th and 1. They're going to go for it, right? And I agreed with it. I thought the play call was terrible.
I mean, do you do the? Is it that play call because they can't just run straight on you because they don't have a running game right now?
Yeah, but it's less than a half a yard. Why aren't you sneaking it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, Andy was always a sneak guy.
Maybe Mahomes doesn't like to sneak.
Well, I need you to
dirty work for it. It's too rough. It's too rough to sneak.
Well,
a guy like Mahomes.
Great penetration. I thought the play took too long to develop. Great penetration by
Jordan
front.
Davis right there.
Yeah, Jordan Davis had himself another good day.
He's been great.
Yeah.
It's all that Peloton work.
Yes.
That was a big moment. Big moment. Eagles are able to get a 51-yard field goal out of that from Elliott. They take the lead. It's 13-10. And then it's the play of the game, right? Here it is. Mahomes, it's 2nd and goal at the 6. So at worst, they're going to tie it. At best, Kelsey's going to bobble it, and Makuba's going to pick
He sees Makuba coming. He's afraid he's going to get hit. Look at his hand. Look at Kelsey's hand right now. He's like, well, how'd this happen?
Yeah, man. That's great. Big.
I don't know how Makuba, he didn't see this guy coming at all. When you look at the replay, he's just looking straight ahead and just gets walloped on the side by this guy.
Yeah. No, and by the way, that's their tackle, Simmons.
Yes.
Who got down the field.
Good hustle.
I know.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it goes back to the house. All right, we are in overtime, OT. Overtime. OT. All right. Then was the great play. We've been talking about it all morning. It's man zero. 6 rushers. It's 3rd and 10 from the Kansas City 33. Now, look where Barkley is. Barkley lines up to the right of Jalen. He crosses over to pick up the blitz on his left, which is exactly where you're supposed to be, because you want to make sure that Jalen's covered from the blind side. So Jalen's blind side's covered. In is the safety on the free blitzer. Jalen sees him coming. He's got the angle to see him coming. So he knows I just got to buy enough time to get the ball down the field to Devontae.
Yeah, steps right into it too.
Now, I saw Spags. I talked to Spags this morning. He said the safety was late on the blitz.
All right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But Jalen makes the perfect throw, which was, hey,
give your guy a chance.
Throw it short, hang it up, give Devontae a chance to go high point it, right? Basketball player that he is.
And that's McDuffie too, right?
Yeah, best corner.
That's a good corner.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. Just a great play.
Yeah.
2 great players, and Devontae gets the ball. So that was essentially the game. Chiefs add the touchdown to Thornton, who was open all night down the field. And here it is. They struck earlier. They missed them earlier.
Yes. It was like
in the series.
Yeah, it felt like 3 times in a row they were just trying to take that deep shot.
And now they finally do, which
it's got great protection.
Can I be honest with you? I don't know why Andy didn't run that in the first half.
Yeah. The deep ball?
I said it.
Well, maybe the blitzes. I mean, I felt like, I don't know, the blitzes, they were in Mahomes' face pretty good, pretty early.
You can max protect and run it. Did I not say Thornton Friday?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Run it the deep ball. I said Thornton, I said he was going to go, and there's an anytime touchdown. I don't know what he was for an anytime touchdown, but I would have.
So you think this wasn't Andy's best game?
No, I think he coached tight.
Wow,
I think he called a tight game. I think he
tight from the top to the bottom.
I think he was. Again,
scared.
Not scared, but I think he wanted the game. He overthought it. Like the play call 4th down, not using Thornton early, right? I think he was trying to get.
You think that was a
going.
game plan? Do you think Vic got in his head because he wasn't prepared for Vic and the blitzes?
Yeah, I don't think he expected the blitzes. Yeah, I think Vic won.
Yeah,
I think Vic won. I think both defensive coordinators won, right?
Yeah,
but it was that kind of game. Great stuff, man. Great stuff.
Oh, I don't know. I feel good. I know people are saying there's some blemishes, but I think that'll all work itself out. To win in that building, in that situation, most people, when we went over the schedule, a lot of people had that as a loss, just looking at the situation and where it was. And especially, no one expected the Chiefs to lose their first game. So they're coming in. They're in last place right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is the first time in Mahomes' career that he's gone 0-2, right?
Well, I think they dated it back to high school or something.
Wow.
A long losing record for him or something.
Yeah. All right. Time now to go through what happened in the league yesterday in rapid fire around the NFL.
All
right. Early, the Rams, the Eagles' next opponent, they went over the Titans. It wasn't as close as the score, 33-19.
First half was real tight. And Stafford's settling in,
Yeah, I mean, listen, Puka, Devontae Adams, a big game yesterday.
Yes.
He had a monster. Bengals beat the Jaguars, but lose Joe Burrow for basically the rest of the season. He's going to get toe surgery. The Bengals are cooked.
The Bengals, we say they're a cheap, bad franchise. They don't have a cart to get this guy off. They make him. He's got to walk off the field. Your star quarterback.
They're the worst. They're the worst. The Jaguars, by the way, did you see Brian Thomas Jr.?
Oh, no, I did not see that. No.
Brian Thomas dropped like 6 balls yesterday. In fact, the fans were freaking out about him because he cost them the game.
I saw, did you see Sunshine blowing off Liam Cohen? Leo Cohen's doing something, and he gives him a really agitated, shut up with his hands.
There was a couple times that happened because if you watch the Broncos game, Bo Nix does something very similar with Sean Payton, where he's like Peyton comes up to him and tries to talk to him, and Bo is just like yelling at him in his face and then walks away.
Wow, I didn't see
So
that.
there's a lot of stuff going on.
The agitated quarterbacks. Ravens roll over the Browns as expected, 41-17. Bills roll over the Jets, 30-10. New England outlast Miami,
Drake May with a
33-27. The Drake
Yeah.
looking strong.
He is.
Ugly one, Niners over the Saints.
Saints being more competitive than I thought they would be, actually.
No, Niners.
Yeah. Banged
No
up.
Purdy.
Yeah.
They're buried. The Cowboys-Giants game. The Giants got rooked yesterday.
Rush shoving it in my face, at least. I thought he's cooked. He's has a game.
My face, too. I agree with it. I said it all. I was like, no brain.
450 yards.
Russ stinks.
Yes.
Russ was unbelievable yesterday.
He said he heard the noise. He had to answer the call. All right.
Played great.
Yeah.
Cowboys somehow win because of all the penalties of the Giants. Lions put a thumping on
did.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
They went, oh, Ben, here you go, buddy. And they just rout City.
The Bears
thing
defense
about
is
Detroit,
not good.
all right? This is the only thing that scares me about Detroit. They are nasty in the dome. You go out of the dome, like they're in Lambeau, they're not the same team. You put them in that dome, and they're freaking good.
They're real good. And they're explosive in that dome.
Yeah. Seahawks.
Wow, that was a shocker for me.
Pittsburgh. That was a bad loss for the Steelers.
Yes, it is.
What happened to the Steelers defense?
I don't know what's going on with the Steelers right now. The Slay's there, right?
Yeah.
What about that?
Old.
What about that kick? That kick play?
Yeah.
It goes into the end zone, and then the Seahawks come and get it for the touchdown. What's going on, man?
He's just hanging out watching the ball.
He just walked away too.
Walked away. Amazing. Colts.
The leverage.
Shocker.
The leverage penalty. You got to be kidding me.
Unbelievable. Colts.
I was like, what is a leverage
shocked
penalty?
the Broncos. Danny Dimes, 2-0, baby.
Yeah,
that was, I don't know. There's something about that. Should that be a 15-yard penalty?
I know.
They make it a 60-yarder to a 45.
Yeah.
What a shot at the Giants. Danny Dimes playing the way he's playing right now.
Right?
They don't keep Saquon because of Danny Dimes, and then Danny Dimes goes somewhere else, and now he's playing well with the Colts. Oh, man. Tough break.
Arizona beat Carolina 27-22. Snoozer. Wasn't that close. And then last night, Atlanta 22-6 against JJ and the Vikings. JJ not dynamite.
No.
He was horrible.
He was horrible last night.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Now, again, he's got no protection. Young quarterback, no protection.
A lot of weapons.
Is a problem.
Yeah.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
But
And Atlanta's good. I'm a Michael Penix guy. I love Penix. I love Bijan.
Penix looks really composed in the pocket.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's good. They should have rolled even further. There was a fumble by Drake London as he was going in.
They had some drop balls.
Yeah, they struggled in the red zone, but Atlanta's pretty good. We'll find out tonight. Tampa and Houston and Raiders Chargers. And that's your NFL Week 2
Let me
update.
see. Tim M brings up an idea. He thinks he could see how he trading for Slay if the Steelers start to be out of it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Nice. That's good thinking right there. All right, let's go back in the day, baby.
Do it.
A spectacular rookie year. That hurt. A high fly ball deep right center.
Going back. We're going back.
It disappeared. All right, back in the day, brought to us by TrueMark Financial Credit Union.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with TrueMark. Oh, yeah.
All right, sorry for that little hiccup there.
I was feeling good, wanted to have a little fun, so I found a little clip throwback of Charles Barkley having a little fun with Manute Bull. I didn't know he was a prankster with Manute Bull. He drove him crazy, apparently.
What a difference a week makes. More of today's Eagles fans stayed in the stands. Fewer of them wound up taking the stand in Eagles court, but the true test is only a week away. News 10's Paul Jackson brings us the story from Veterans Stadium.
Monday through Friday, Judge Seamus McCaffrey deals with life and death, manslaughter, felony drug cases, DUI.
This is the best.
Today it's loudmouths, rowdies, and
Loudmouths.
in what has become a media event, the Eagles court seems to be an unqualified success in reducing crime at Veterans Stadium. Case in point, last week the judge heard 20 cases. This week, just 5.
This is wild.
I mean, it was an excellent day, a really successful day. Why it was a successful day? I don't know. I like to throw a lot of it out to you and the media for putting this kind of information out to everybody that we're taking this stuff seriously.
Eagles management reluctant to comment to the media about this court, saying further publicity could potentially create problems from troublemakers who might get a kick out of being on television.
Oh, hi, Mom.
Dave Patch here, case in point.
I'm going to get beaten by the police here and get see the judge downstairs, see how this process works.
For the Eagles court,
See the judge
imitation
downstairs.
may be the best form of flattery. Judge McCaffrey says 2 other NFL teams have called him to see how the program's working. And with today's
Best they're all
success,
They're all
the
in.
people rest.
Thank God.
They're all doing a perp
That's what I
walk.
get a successful day. The quieter, the better.
That's awesome.
Ownership didn't want to comment. Yeah, we don't want to comment that we have our fans are so crazy. We have to have a courthouse in the building.
Wild.
That is fabulous. It's so good. All right. That's going to do it for us, everybody. Great job, Andrew. Great job, Joey. Everybody have a great day, man. Fun stuff. Phillies, Dodgers tonight. We got a doubleheader football. Get a nap in and stay up late. And we'll talk about it in the morning.
Go Chargers.
Chargers. What the frick? What?
We all silly like the mayor.